So recently somebody challenged me to explore the bottom of the final mission of Halo 3. But the problem is, this is located about 1,000 feet below the playable area. So can we do it? Let's give it a shot! So this is probably the biggest in-map area that you're not supposed to be able to play. Now my goal was obviously to get to the bottom of this so I could explore the bottom. But how was I planning on doing that? Well, luckily there is a method. If you enter into the final part of the mission where the forward unto dawn is waiting just for you across the gap, there's a path that instead, if you take a left, you can keep following, and there's an area that you can manipulate the map barriers. Now, I could only find one video on this ever, and it was posted by a guy named Shad. I've linked his channel and the video in the description below, but doing this is somewhat simple. All you need is a couple of players, a mongoose, and a warthog. But this doesn't mean that we're completely free. The most challenging part of doing this trick is the fact that I have to have 2 active players doing it. So that meant I would have to have my brother. Now, if you're familiar with this final mission of Halo 3, once you get out of the 3rd roundabout, there are no checkpoints. Now, I've played this mission so many times that it's pretty easy to me. However, as we'll find out, my brother might be my biggest challenge to completing this. Now, this setup is pretty simple. After Johnson goes bye-bye, you then need to go take his warthog, but just outside of this warthog entrance is a mongoose, so we'll need to go pick that up real quick.
Johnson's warthog. Come on, Spartan. Go.
Which one is Johnson's warthog?
The black one.
Okay, take that hog, follow me. So if you go to the left instead of the right, where you're supposed to start the collapsing panel warthog run, there will be a mongoose. Now, one thing to note about the mongoose is that it's significantly slower than the warthog because it has far less mass. For this reason, I thought it would be better if I drove the mongoose and let my brother drive the warthog. You need to follow me and not die.
Don't you? Like you were so shocked I called you, you didn't know what to do for a trick.
It's not that I don't know what to do, it's that you always are like, I only have an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay, well that eliminates 90% of the things we could do.
Well, I have to go to bed and work in the morning. I don't know if you know this.
Oh. Wow. So not even 10 minutes after beginning the mission, we were flying through this. We hit the first roundabout, got our checkpoint. Now all we needed to do was hit the next roundabout and get a checkpoint. Sounds easy, right? Okay, I need to go back to the last checkpoint. These flood pustules are one-shotting me.
Is there infection forms? Thank you very much.
I will never call anything by its right name, buddy. I will never once watch a single second of Halo lore.
I don't even know the main character's name. It's Jeff, right?
Joe?
Oh, shit. Sorry, I died.
Slow down a little bit. This mongoose is hella slow. Got this fat arbiter on my back.
Bro. He weighs just as much as a Spartan. He's so fat.
After a few failed attempts, we made it to the second roundabout and got a checkpoint just before this. Things were cruising along.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You keep running into me. Stop it. You know, this is like if you're in a vehicle, I can't imagine. I mean, sure, Lazo is hard, but I'm sure it's a lot easier in a vehicle.
Yeah, right, dude.
No?
You're full of it. Okay, well, it just collapsed.
You tell me it's harder if you're in a warthog.
The sentinel beams are like freaking one taps. This run is really hard on Lazo.
Yes. I just died.
I thought you needed this on a hard difficulty. Come on. There we go. This game is just can't run well, dude.
Your bad connection.
Yeah, what of it?
You got Elon, dude. Dude, everybody hates Sam. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I just don't care.
Dude, this mongoose is too freaking slow.
No.
You won that one, dude. You won that one, or you will not win again.
I will win again.
And I'm dead.
Why don't you just leave RB behind, dude? They'll go faster.
So my brother had a good point. Usually I have 3 players in for a trick, and I'm controlling 2 of them. So for this reason, I initially had the Arbiter riding on the back of my mongoose. Every time it would flip over, I would get both players back on it. It wasn't exactly ideal, and ultimately it wasn't exactly smart, because I really didn't need him for anything. I loaded him in just in case. But after what, like 7 failed attempts to get from roundabout 2 to roundabout 3, I needed to shake the Arbiter to expedite this trick because we were already 25 minutes in.
Did you watch Arbing the Chief?
Yeah.
I knew that guy personally. I knew that guy. He's a weird dude. He's a really weird dude.
Just taking his Arbiter and his Chief on the highway, filming.
He do some very interesting drawings.
Why? Why is this... Dude, an entire section collapses before the previous section collapses. I'm telling you, dude, this mongoose is just too damn slow.
No bodaciousness going on here. Yeah.
Bro is leaving me behind every time. I told you, gotta slow down a little bit, Sonny. I'm not as able.
Are you seriously going that slow?
Dude, I'm driving a four-wheeler.
Like 3,000 pounds on the back.
After 20 minutes, we were finally ready to complete one last section before we go get this trick set up.
Whee!
Dude, the mongoose can like barely make that jump. We were both able to make it to the third roundabout, but then, for whatever reason, a checkpoint just didn't populate. Normally, a checkpoint automatically triggers when someone hits the third roundabout. So in order to not be reset to the second roundabout, where we had so much trouble and it took us 20 minutes, we would both have to make it through just one section without dying. Yeah.
I just knocked one over and he just like fell over like a stack of bricks.
Dude, it's always fun getting a splatter with the mongoose in multiplayer. It's like the most satisfying thing.
Oh, I love it.
Easy rage bait.
Oh, yeah, super infuriating. Because you know you're bad if you get hit by a mongoose.
Hey, you died?
Really?
Why didn't we get a checkpoint at the other roundabout?
Roundabout. I'll give you a boost.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Doing a great job. We're definitely going to make it. Are you behind me or are you dead?
Behind you.
How would I know that?
By asking.
Well, you gave a snarky response. And I asked you a question.
Oh, maybe it was snarky, maybe it wasn't snarky. Maybe you're dumb, maybe you're not dumb.
See, guys, this is the type
Why
of
do
abuse.
I keep doing that?
Why are you... Bro wants to play Slazo, but can't even remember the route after 10 straight times.
Because I keep trying to cut the corner, and that's just not how that works. Are they Irish racist, or is it just the ones I've been talking to?
I think it's just you. Oh my gosh, dude.
I didn't say anything racist.
I'm done.
The Irish.
This can't stay alive, dude. This mongoose is just too feeble.
Let me ask you the question. Where are you from? You bomb.
Please! Just this thing can't even land a simple jump.
Listen, dude. Don't be using language like that in my channel.
My bad, dude.
I will ask you to leave.
It was hella inappropriate, and that's on me. That was NC. And that's ultimately MB.
Stuff Delvin told me.
Will he do it again? Oh my gosh. Am I really not going to make it again? Oh.
Alright, dude, I'm just doing donuts in the parking lot, dude.
Well, sweet. Oh my gosh.
Splatter.
Every time.
No.
No checkpoint again. So at this point, this was driving me crazy. I couldn't get a checkpoint, but I had a suspicion as to why. For whatever reason, the third player keeps spawning on the edge right before you make the jump to the roundabouts.
I'll cheat this. Well, little guy.
So at long last, the suckfest ended. We finally got a checkpoint. Only took like 4 attempts to get a checkpoint, but we got it. Now, all we need to do is make it one final strip. Then, at the end of the ramp, instead of going the normal route, we would go to the left. Simple enough, right? Reason, none.
Didn't Halo 3, they kind of like slap the code together for this?
Yeah, the net code or whatever.
I don't know. I just know that someone described it as
That's
spaghetti
what it's
code.
called. That's what it's called, pal. Actually. Get reddited. Okay,
Sorry,
on this.
Sorry.
Okay.
Let me just tip my fedora, dude.
Nice. Good save, dude.
I am the greatest.
Okay, you're gonna go to the left here. You're gonna ramp off the left. Once we get on the opening. No, no.
Wait, stop. Don't. Have I ever been? Okay.
Go to the left. We took the wrong entrance. I shouldn't have followed you.
I didn't know where I was going. I don't know why.
That's why I said I shouldn't have followed you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you let me do that.
Oh, I drove right through the car.
Aye.
Can't even make the jump.
I did that on purpose.
Every time, bro. Go to the left. Go to the left. See, guys, this is what happens when I ask him to participate in tricks.
No, I got this. Watch this.
Watch and learn how not to do it. I barely made that. Oh my gosh. Don't make fun of your brother. Why? He's terrible. He's terrible.
You chose me. Not that, dude. What are you doing?
I can't see behind me, dude. I don't have rear view.
What are you talking about? Crash? I never crashed a four-wheeler. What are you
Yes,
talking
you have. In a field.
What are you? You were
At Rob's house.
driving.
No mind that. No mind that. You missed a jump again. Race me in real life. Let's see how that looks.
All right. Guarantee I can drive better than you.
Guarantee I can drive better than you.
Point proven.
So at long last, and after almost an hour of failed attempts, both of us were able to exit the ramp successfully, and we were now ready to go get out of the map. I'm gonna take this route. Take this route, you'll be safe. Then all you have to do is follow the platform all the way to the edge where it kind of disappears. This area is freaking huge. Now once you drive all the way to the end of this platform, you will encounter two invisible barriers. If you line up your vehicle against this, and then you back all the way up against both barriers, you can accelerate forward and you will fall to an area that is survivable, but during your fall you will hit an elastic barrier which slows the fall, thus enabling you to survive. Alright, get down here now.
I can do that?
There's a death barrier there. So it took me an hour to get down there for the first time, and immediately I forgot that there was a death barrier. If you back up too far, you will automatically die. So I'd have to get there again.
Oh.
This guy's the best driver that ever lived. This guy, dude. Can he make it?
I guess I got all the time in the world, don't I?
Definitely not. If you've ever played this mission.
I didn't really just spark collapse.
You know how to scare me, dude. You know how to scare me. Alex, hurry up. There's no time to deal with that. The Halo ring is collapsing.
The biting into an apple and then finding a worm in it.
Being bald. So now that we were actually getting good and we were both back here in a relatively quick amount of time, I can explain to you how we plan on getting outside of the map. Now, because there is an elastic barrier, that is the reason why we needed both a mongoose and a warthog. Now, if you turn the mongoose so the rear of it is touching the elastic barrier, you can have the player in the warthog accelerate pretty quickly at the mongoose, and then just as this is hitting it, you will stretch past the barrier, and if you go far enough, once you get out of the mongoose, you will be outside of the map barrier. And you're gonna run, and you're gonna... More than that. More than that. More than that. Go back like 10 feet. No, okay. Now you're gonna hit me full speed. Now, the first time I did this, I had the mongoose parked the opposite direction of the way that you're supposed to orient it. I thought you might just be able to break the map barrier regardless of the direction, and I was wrong. But also, I got out at a bad time. The result of this is my mongoose was past the elastic barrier, so I had to throw a grenade to get it back into the map. I hate my life.
You fool.
So now my brother and I were starting to get here pretty consistently. It only took us a couple of minutes each time. And the next time we did this, I did successfully get outside of the map. Oh, okay, I think I just gotta be backwards. I think it's a little bit. I think you don't just kind of push me forward, yeah. Boom, out of the map, okay. Even though I was out of the map, I still had to grenade the mongoose further past the elastic barrier so that when I got in it, I wouldn't get sucked back into the map.
So.
What the? Oh my.
This is hysterical, you suck.
Took another 5 minutes, but finally, after almost an hour and a half, we were able to pull this off.
Alright, let it go further.
Now I'm free, dude. And you're not.
I can kill you.
Can I get over here, or is this all... That's the end. This is freaking
pretty cool.
huge.
Hey, dude, how far does it go?
Do you guys know the shape of that island from above is the same as the island in Combat Evolved? Dude, where they need to bring the modding to Xbox, could you imagine if you could play like a giant racetrack of this? No one gaining ground on each other the entire time?
This is so long. Drag racing like a Ferrari in here. Go, what? Oh, it's right now.
I need elite commentary here.
All right, listen. Djokovic is top of the 9.
Don't talk about tennis. People do not want to hear about tennis. And by people, I mean me.
So there's a thing called the forehand.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's a thing called a forehand in disc golf, too.
It's a thing called the backhand.
Dude.
You're about to taste mine.
This is the largest area by far. This is the largest area by far in the entire game. That is within the normal confines of the map. There's some areas that are a little bit larger, but you have to do some trickery. Me just casually going for a stroll around this giant track. Does this connect all the way around? I want to go down in the pit, but I'm too scared. I want to explore this outside first. I feel like at a certain point, I am going to die.
This can be a 30-minute video just because I'm so incompetent. You're welcome.
The funniest stat, I was cracking up when I freaking tried to get in the mongoose. It pulled me forward. Did it splatter you too?
No, you just hit me. That's all that happened. You just went boing and then ran into me and died. Well, if you've hit 4 corners, you must have done a lot. Yeah, you're coming right back to me now. Yeah,
I'm flying.
Yeah, that video you sent me of fireworks and said this is what it's like to be in Iran. I'm like, that's haunting.
I said this is what being at war. I died. There's a death barrier there, I guess. Like, I just don't care about sponsorships. Yes, I could make a bunch of money, but
yeah,
at what cost?
I'm
I ain't no sellout.
I'm just not comfortable with it. So, I died.
How? Did you even try to hit the acceleration?
Marker timestamp. I need you to put it sad overlay music of my Warthog falling down that pit. I'm just not comfortable. So, I died. I died.
So despite failure after failure and death after death, looks like all of it's a big drop. Maybe I'll just go down right here. We were able to get outside of the map another 15 minutes later. Now this time I wasn't going to waste any time exploring the outside of this because I knew there was a death barrier. Instead, I wanted to explore the inside of the massive pit. Some random panels.
Dude, I'm watching the live Shilt show. Wait, I can actually watch tennis.
So immediately after trying to drive into the pit, I realized that I drove into the wrong section of it. The section I went down was a slanted surface, and at the bottom of this is a wall, but on this side of the map, it's invisible. So I got sandwiched between this slanted surface and this wall and couldn't really go anywhere. Now my goal was trying to get it out of this so I could go to the bottom of the pit. Unfortunately, you can't drive the mongoose when you're in this crack, forward or backward. So what I had to do was use multiple grenades in order to get it out of this. Whoa, what the hell? I threw a plasma grenade and it was like floating in the middle of my face. Wait, there's a barrier here? What? I quickly found out that if you try to throw grenades at this mongoose, an invisible barrier will catch the grenades and explode them right in your face. Luckily, I had a gravity hammer, so this was my solution to get this mongoose out of this crevice. I was able to get the mongoose up to a higher level platform where I could actually drive it. I was goofing around testing where I could go with this mongoose before I ultimately dropped into the pit. This mongoose definitely does not have the greatest climbing abilities. And then the trick of death came back. Doesn't matter the time or the place. Another barrier? Death is coming to us. It took another 12 minutes and we were now at the 2-hour mark, but I had my mongoose outside of the map and I was ready to explore this pit. I'm wondering like where I should go down on this. Probably just right here. If they don't roll down the whole thing. I didn't. Nice. Now, although the drop to get to this pit is pretty giant, and in pretty much any other section of any other mission, I am pretty scared you would die to fall timer. Oh, sick. But for whatever reason, the normal game mechanics don't apply to this underside of this part of the mission. You want to 1v1 me on this map? You and me 1v1?
Dude, this would be great. Oh my, can you imagine like 32 people playing this? Rocket League.
Rocket League? Alright, I'm double jumping, I'm boosting.
I'm boosting? Dude, imagine Rocket League with mongooses. That'd be awful.
Imagine this, but it's just it's 100 people and everyone has a tank.
It'd be horrible. But all the tanks are boosted. They all go like 10 times as fast. Like they all move as fast as a Warthog.
This is super expansive. I think I'm underneath all the death barriers, so hopefully I don't run into one, but I'm also not 100% positive. So I'm going to stick on the left side first. Check out this corner.
That's really cool.
This doesn't even feel real. Okay, I'm going to avoid that spot over there because I'm very scared there's a death barrier in that corner. So I'm going to go back and look at this post because it might be sick if I could launch up to the top of this giant post, but I have to do it somewhere that's well outside of the map, so I don't hit the death barrier on the way up. I could try to launch up to that roundabout. Oh wait, that's a platform for the grunt. This pillar is completely black. That looks really cool. Somebody get a pic for my file share with this background. Seems as if this is the only object in the entire pit. If Alex were here, we could elevator jump up it, but...
Too bad I'm deceased.
Now that I had explored this pit, it wouldn't be the Shilt show if I didn't try to pull off a sick trick. Okay, you ready for this? I'm going to try to launch. So using the mongoose, I stood on top of it, activated my invincibility, stuck the front of it, and then managed to get a pretty good launch. Dude, I actually got a sick launch. I didn't know those were solid.
You lived.
Yeah, why the hell did I live? Is there no fall damage down here? So I wasn't sure exactly how I had lived this launch, but this meant that I had at least one additional opportunity to try to use this mongoose to launch upward. I lined up roughly underneath the roundabout, and then I tried it again. Alright, that was cool. Yes, guys, if you're good, this trick should take you about 15 minutes to set up. If you're really bad, it'll take you about 15,000 attempts.
I was just having fun. I don't know what to tell you.
Being bad is fun. Being bad is fun.
Alright.
Alright, dude. Peace.
Alright, peace. Bye.
So we ended this session, but I just felt like something was missing. I needed to pull off a sick trick. It's like an obsession, an addiction. I have to do it. But the thing about this part of the mission is, like we said before, there aren't really any checkpoints. But there is a way to get a couple at the end of the mission. If, before the third roundabout, you instead pull your Warthog off to the left, you can use a gravity hammer and a grenade to hit it to the next section. Then you can take the path down this and get to the Warthog while successfully skipping a checkpoint. Now, if you have a second player wait back at this platform, they can jump towards the third roundabout at any time and activate it. So using this methodology, I got outside of the map once more, But the Acrophobia skull enables a second player to be able to go back and get this checkpoint while also helping to get outside of the map. So without showing you the ad nauseum setup that you've already seen 100 million times, I managed to get a Warthog outside of the map, and my first target was trying to land on one of the poles that normally falls. Now, my method to do this was flipping the Warthog upside down. With an invincibility and a gravity hammer, I could stick the Warthog with a plasma grenade, activate my invincibility, and then swing my hammer at the same time. If done with the perfect timing, this would give me an insanely far launch. And I always wanted to see if you could land on one of these posts that falls down. Is it possible? I had to know. Well, hypothetically, I think it's possible. Close. Oh. Close. Oh. At this point, I was starting to lose hope on any chance of being able to land on this. The distance was insanely far, and although you just watched a 2-minute compilation of this, those were my best attempts from an hour session. Most of these attempts didn't go anywhere close. I mentally gave myself 5 more minutes to be able to pull this off, but not even 30 seconds later, I made a pretty big revelation. So if you get close enough to these towers, they're just gonna collapse anyways. And I'm fairly certain there's an automatic death barrier that if you touch these, you will die. And you'll activate them, which if you didn't die initially, would cause you to die. So I don't think it's actually possible to be able to land on these. Apparently getting to it activates it. But no matter, I still had one last insanely difficult target to reach, the floating roundabout. Now you may have noticed this if you played Halo 3 before, but there's a roundabout just before you do the Warthog jump to get onto the Forward Unto Dawn. This roundabout isn't used at all. It's not even part of the Warthog run really, and it's never really been explained as far as I understand. So I figured it would be way more challenging to get on this than at any other time because there's no panels to jump to it. I would have to make it a couple thousand feet without dying to fall timer. So I set up my Warthog, and my new trajectory would have to be almost dead straight. Too far. Oh, so close. This might be it. No! Oh. At this point, I was at my end. If I didn't hit this within a couple of minutes, I was going to give up on this entirely. Really? In this particular session, I was already on hour 2, and in the previous session, I had already spent 2 hours. So I had already put 4 hours into this. I just couldn't pull it off. I decided I'd give it 5 more tries, and then that would be it. I'd be done. If I made it, great. If I didn't, fine. Oh, finally, there we go. I was about to give up. I was about to give up. Look, it's my friend. Just me and this grunt. I really didn't think I was going to make that. So there are no panels here before you get past a certain load point. Were they supposed to use this roundabout? Does anybody know? I always wondered if I could Warthog launch fast enough to the entrance of that, would it activate the cutscene? I have no idea. It almost looks like this is the entrance point, and you would have had to go all the way around, or no, this was the entrance point, and then you would have had to go all the way around this, like so, and then you would have come out here and had to do some weird thing to the ship. Maybe the ship was supposed to be over here, and a big jump. How do they build those rocks? After getting to this roundabout, I spent another 15 minutes trying to see if Warthog launching to the entrance of the Forward Unto Dawn would end the mission, and I was able to pull off one that was right next to it, and unfortunately, it doesn't end the mission. It doesn't activate it, huh?